What if an average ancient human could outlift most modern professional athletes? Let that sink in. This isn't exaggeration. Skeletal evidence suggests some ancient humans possessed a level of raw physical strength that would be genuinely rare to find in the modern world. So why were ancient humans so incredibly strong? The answer isn't a single secret. It's the result of an entire lifestyle built around constant, unavoidable physical demand. Think about this. Modern humans can go an entire day, sitting, driving, typing, scrolling, without ever seriously challenging their muscles. Ancient humans had no such option. Let that sink in. Every single day required physical effort just to stay alive. Walking long distances, carrying heavy loads, digging, climbing, throwing, lifting. There was no rest day built into survival. Number 1. Constant functional movement. Think about this. Modern exercise is often isolated. A single muscle group, trained in a controlled environment for a limited period of time. Ancient physical activity was nothing like this. Let that sink in. Hunting required explosive sprinting, careful stalking, and powerful throwing, sometimes within the same encounter. Gathering required repetitive bending, lifting, and carrying, often over rough terrain. Building shelter required sustained heavy lifting and repetitive strikes. Think about this. This wasn't structured training. It was full-body functional movement, repeated daily, for an entire lifetime. Number 2. Bone density tells a remarkable story. Let that sink in. Researchers studying ancient skeletal remains have found something striking. Bone density and thickness in many ancient humans significantly exceeds that of modern humans today. Think about this. Bones respond directly to physical stress. The more force regularly applied to a bone, the denser and stronger that bone becomes over time. Let that sink in. Ancient human bones weren't just naturally stronger by default. They were shaped, quite literally, by a lifetime of demanding physical activity. But wait, it's not only about bones. Muscle attachment points reveal something too. Number 3. Enthesis markers. Think about this. Where muscles attach to bone, physical stress leaves visible markings over time. Researchers examining ancient skeletons often find pronounced, well-developed attachment sites indicating powerful, frequently used muscle groups. Let that sink in. These markings are far more prominent in ancient remains. Compared to the average modern human skeleton today, this isn't guesswork. It's physical evidence, written directly into the bone itself. Number 4. Diet supported this demanding lifestyle. Think about this. Ancient diets, while inconsistent and often challenging to obtain, frequently included significant amounts of animal protein and fat when available. Let that sink in. Protein provided essential building blocks for muscle repair and growth. Fat provided dense, usable energy for sustained physical exertion. Think about this. This wasn't a carefully balanced modern diet plan. It was simply what survival demanded and provided whenever it became available. But wait, strength alone wasn't the only requirement. Endurance mattered just as much. Number 5. Endurance and strength developed together. Let that sink in. Persistence hunting, a strategy some ancient humans relied on, required the ability to travel long distances, sometimes for hours, while maintaining physical capability the entire time. Think about this. This demanded a rare combination: strength for physical tasks, endurance for extended effort, recovery ability for the very next day when the exact same demands would return. Let that sink in. Modern training often separates these qualities into different specialized approaches. Ancient life required all of them simultaneously, without exception. Number 6. No specialization, no shortcuts. Think about this. A modern professional athlete trains specific movements repeatedly, with rest, recovery periods, and careful programming. Ancient humans had no equivalent luxury. Let that sink in. The same person might need to sprint after prey in the morning, carry heavy materials in the afternoon, and defend the group physically if danger appeared at night. Think about this. There was no isolated leg day, no dedicated rest week, just continuous, unavoidable whole-body demand. But wait, children were exposed to this physical demand early too. Number 7. Strength development began in childhood. Let that sink in. Young members of ancient tribes likely participated in physically demanding tasks from a young age, carrying, climbing, helping gather resources. Think about this. Modern strength development often begins formally in the teenage years. At the earliest, ancient physical conditioning likely began years earlier, shaping bone and muscle development during critical growth periods. Let that sink in. This early physical exposure may have contributed significantly to the exceptional adult strength seen in skeletal evidence today. But wait, not everyone survived this demanding lifestyle equally well. Number 8. This came at a cost. Think about this. Ancient skeletal remains also show significant evidence of stress fractures, joint degeneration, and repetitive strain injuries. Let that sink in. Extraordinary strength didn't come without consequences. Bodies were pushed to genuine physical limits, repeatedly, for an entire lifetime. This wasn't a lifestyle designed for longevity or comfort. It was a lifestyle demanded entirely by necessity. But wait, we can compare this directly to specific historical populations. Think about this. Studies comparing ancient farming populations to earlier hunter-gatherer populations reveal something unexpected. Let that sink in. As humans transitioned toward agriculture, overall bone density and strength markers actually declined. Think about this. This seems backwards at first. Farming certainly required hard physical labor too, but the type of labor changed significantly. Let that sink in. Hunter-gatherer life demanded constant, varied, full-body movement across unpredictable terrain. Early farming often involved more repetitive, localized physical tasks. Think about this. Less variety in movement patterns, less unpredictable terrain to navigate. Even with hard labor still present, the specific demands on the body shifted meaningfully. Let that sink in. This suggests raw physical strength wasn't only about how hard someone worked. It was about how varied, unpredictable, and full body that physical demand actually was. But wait, grip strength offers another fascinating clue. Think about this. Some researchers have attempted to estimate ancient grip strength, based on bone structure in the hands and forearms. Let that sink in. Estimates suggest average grip strength in some ancient populations may have significantly exceeded average grip strength in modern populations today. Think about this. Grip strength isn't just about hand strength alone. It's closely linked to overall muscular development and even longevity in modern medical research. Let that sink in. A society built around climbing, carrying, throwing, and manipulating tools constantly naturally developed exceptional grip strength as an unavoidable side effect of daily life. But wait, terrain itself played a significant role too. Think about this. Modern humans typically move across flat, engineered surfaces. Sidewalks, floors, paved roads. Ancient humans moved across constantly variable, unpredictable natural terrain. Let that sink in. Uneven ground, loose rocks, steep inclines, and unstable surfaces required constant micro-adjustments from stabilizing muscles throughout the entire body. Think about this. This wasn't intentional balance training. It was simply the unavoidable result of moving through a completely unmodified natural environment every single day. But wait, cooperation played a role in physical demand too. Think about this. Moving camp meant carrying everything a group owned: tools, food stores, materials for shelter, sometimes injured or young members of the group. Let that sink in. There were no wheels for much of this history, no pack animals in many regions. Human bodies were the only available transportation for essential supplies. Think about this. This required sustained load-bearing strength, not just occasionally, but as a regular, expected part of group life. Let that sink in. Carrying heavy loads across long distances, repeatedly, over a lifetime, builds a very specific, very demanding type of functional strength. Not for show, simply for survival. But wait, even conflict between groups demanded serious physical capability. Think about this. Confrontations, whether over territory, resources, or other disputes, required real physical strength and stamina, often without any of the protective advantages modern conflict resolution provides today. Let that sink in. An individual's physical strength wasn't just personally useful. It contributed directly to the safety and survival of their entire group. But wait, recovery mattered just as much as raw effort. Think about this. Ancient humans didn't have modern recovery tools. No specialized nutrition timing. No dedicated rest equipment. Let that sink in. But natural rest cycles, tied closely to daylight and darkness, combined with a diet that, when available, supported genuine physical repair, allowed bodies to recover well enough to face the same demands again the very next day. Think about this. This wasn't optimized recovery in the modern sense. It was simply consistent enough to sustain a lifetime of extraordinary physical output. So why were ancient humans so strong? Not through specialized training, not through supplements or careful programming, but through an unavoidable daily requirement to move, lift, carry, and exert real physical effort simply to survive. Think about this. Modern humans have engineered convenience into nearly every part of daily life. Ancient humans never had that option. Let that sink in. Their strength wasn't a goal they pursued. It was a byproduct of a world that demanded it constantly, without exception, from childhood until the very end of life.